about it. that should be. I've booked.
Yes.
So plus your 35 will be 175.
No, 140
Yeah,
plus
35.
Afternoon. To your question, of course, it's. I know exactly what I'm coming into. I know the history, the rich history of this club. I also know the responsibility which I've been handed. What's happened in the past has happened. This is the new era for the football club, and I've been appointed to bring a new direction, positivity, and lack of negativity. I think there's been too much negativity around this club for too long, and for me, it's about being positive, and the role I'm supposed to be playing is to make sure this club is successful from now till my term or for longer term. There's lots of structures need to be put in place. The style of play, the changes of how the whole mentality of the club should be approaching things. And like I said, what's happened in the past has happened in the past, and now so much negativity has to be turned into positives, and I hope the fans are going to give me the opportunity, and certainly they're going to see a lot of passion and hunger from the players. And I'm a very, very disciplined person, and if you're not good enough, you won't play. Simple as that. And these things are going to be put in place to make sure that this club is successful, both on and off the field. And as you're aware, you know, structures need to be put in place, foundation needs to be put in place and for us to build on it. Things might not happen straight away, but it's normal. As Rome is not built in a day. So at the end of the day, I'm here to make sure all the structures and foundations in play, our philosophy is right, and our mental approach to every game is correct. And obviously I'll put in a good tactical astuteness with how we're going to approach it with the players. And certainly players that are here now and the players that might come in has got to fit into the strategy and the philosophy of the club. And that's where I'm going to be approaching from.
There's a couple of announcements we're going to be making next week. Every day we go to work and make the club a little bit better. And you're going to see that on the field. You're going to see that off the field. And the people who know football know what we're doing. And so to the critics, you know, they can, if they've got valid opinions that can make us better. But for the most part, the people who understand are fully behind us. Thank you.
Regards to your question, for me, I even forgot the question. No.
Style of play and what are the objectives of the club?
Basically, you know, Mark, I've argued it's going to be about the foundations. Yeah, coaches have come and gone in a short term, and at the moment this club needs stability, and it hasn't had it for a very long time. The club has appointed a new CEO, a totally new direction where this club needs to go. And obviously they've brought me on board, and they've seen the vision where they want to take the club, how the club is going to be developing internationally and locally, as well as how the team is going to actually progress as a whole entity, as a Hearts Football Club. On my side, on the philosophy of the football, obviously you will see that, you know, I'm not going to sit here and make promises, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. The results determine everything, and there will be challenges, and these challenges I'm prepared to face up to it. I can't make everybody happy. That's fact of life. And but I know for a fact that the team I'm going to build is going to be strong, powerful, and successful. And I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that I want everybody to be on the same boat. Those ones who don't want to be on the boat and those ones who want to be negative, they'll be left behind. And that ship is going to sail. And I'm hoping that the players and my staff and the support of the board are going to give me the opportunity to actually fulfill what the ambitions of the club should be.
Kim has a multi-year contract, and we expect him to be with us for very long. Thank you. This is 3 years. 3. Hey, Joyce. 3.
you so much.
Missions of the club are threefold. One is to beat Kotoko. Two is to lift trophies domestically. And three, to be successful in Africa. And that's the foundation that we're building. That's the expectation we have, okay? And so it doesn't matter who's sitting in this chair. That's what we're building right now.
Sorry, my question is what's the target for you needed to set the question? What's the target?
To make progress toward what I just said. To make progress toward what I just said.
Make progress
Toward what I just said our objectives are.
You know there's going to be challenges, and I believe that fans are very intelligent and they will see progress. And the fact that is, I've been in professional football a very long time at big clubs, and every club I've been to across the continents has been challenges and also demands. And so they will see if I'm doing a good job or not. Then they're very intelligent, and I know that they'll be fully behind me once they see progression. And it's not just about the first team as well. You have to think, I have to look at the youth side as well. So part of the philosophy, what I'm going to be developing, has to integrate into the first team. Eventually, we want to be sustainable, that we're able to actually produce our own quality players that progresses and goes into the first team, and then move on from there, hopefully into the international level and everything. So for me, it's not an issue at all. It comes with a job. It's part and parcel of football. And every football club has its own supporters that wants to win. I want to win. I didn't come here to lose. I came here to be successful and to take this club to the next level. On contracts, and if I see, obviously everybody's going to get time to be assessed, and if I see that there needs to be changes, it will be done. And the clubs come first. The club is bigger than anybody here, so. I have to make sure that the right personnel is in the club, and being professional, being successful. And as I said, if they don't want to be part and they want to be negative leadership, and there is a project in place, and that project, I believe, that's what was sold to me, and I believe in this project. I want to be part of this family, and I think it's a unique time and fantastic opportunity now for everybody involved in the club. It's a challenge in a way that it's from a different environment, different culture, different league, different way of doing things, mentality-wise and everything. But the pressure will always be there, no matter what, whether it's a small club or the biggest club in Ghana or working for West Brom, or the challenges always be there. And everybody strives to be successful. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Use all my experience. I've been right across the board as a pro, as an ex-national player. I've worked on the board level, I've worked at administration, I've worked at the scouting level. So I'm going to use all my experience that I have to bring that expertise, professionalism into this football club to make sure that it's successful. Thank you for that question. At the moment, I've just arrived. Everybody's going to get an opportunity. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to have a good look at. I'll assess what's required, what's needed, what needs to be added, who's competent, who's not competent. End of the day, this is a business and it's a top professional football club which has to be run the right way. With regards to the current, like I said before, everybody's going to get an opportunity. I can't give you who's going to stay, who's going to go until I sit down, see who wants to be on board, and see who wants to buy into what we're trying to do as a football club and where this club wants to go. In regards to the squad, again, that's the situation. I can't comment on that at this present time because these players are already been here. So I have to sit down with the players, see where they want to go, assess the current squad, and this will take time. It's not going to happen overnight because it's a process, and everybody has to be. And as I said before, the fans are very intelligent, and they need to see that this is the process. Same as the process of appointing me. So nothing's going to happen overnight. It's a process. There is no league at this moment in time. So this gives that opportunity, that window for me to get settled in and make sure that everything is put in place. And first of all, the structures have to be in place, the foundations have to be built. Then we look at the other aspects to see who actually fits into those foundations to make it very strong and move forward. I've been around the block a few times with a lot of players over my career. You know, I've played in 18 professional clubs, so I know the mentality of players here. I know the culture, and regards to egos, there won't be any egos in this team. If there is going to be egos in this team, then unfortunately they're not part of this club. I want positivity. I want a team that works together and fight for each other, and it's no different to any other team that I've coached and I've been with. There will be an identity process in place. Every player will be vetted properly, and they have to fit into the philosophy and the mentality and the type of player I want. Players that are going to be recruited and players that currently has to be fit into it. If they don't really want to be part of what I'm trying to do, unfortunately they don't belong at this football club. Because it's important that we have the right chemistry of players with the right mindset, a winning mentality, and really go forward with it, because that's a key. And if there's any egos here, unfortunately, they shouldn't be here.
We're out of here.
Good afternoon. My name is
So I think obviously the main team is going to be the most important, because that's the main criteria which will be the head of my agenda. Then obviously I'll follow it down to the youth level and start building the infrastructures there. Obviously I have to assess the whole squad. There's going to be lots of challenges, as I said. It will take time, but regardless of the whole situation is, every step will be taken, every stone will be unturned, and then make sure that it's successful. I don't really know. It's quite a difficult question, really, to answer. So, for me, it's about mainly making sure that the first team squad is balanced right, and they have their tactical and know where to move forward with it, and then the rest will follow after that. Lastly, this is Hearts of Oak. This is one of the biggest club in Ghana, and every player that's actually going to be part of this football club or is going to come in has to wear the heart on their sleeves. That badge has got to represent every single player. And they have to realize that this is the biggest football club in the world, and in Ghana, and they have to represent the club at the highest high professionalism. If they're not ready for it, then they shouldn't be at this football club. That's how it should be. And people have to start understanding this is the biggest club in Ghana, and they have to realize that Hearts of Oak, they have to represent this club at all levels. Because that's the biggest club in Ghana, and for me, it's a fantastic challenge. I can easily stay at Elmina Sharks and be comfortable, but I want challenges. I've challenged myself every move I've made in my career as a player and as a coach, and I want to keep on challenging myself, and I want to really take this club forward. It's been in consolidation state for a long time, and I think it's needed the right direction, the right people on the board level, right down to competent people who are able to actually bring the success that this club deserves. It's been too long, and it needs stability. And I know the history, I know the hunger this club wants, and I believe that I can bring that togetherness and that positivity and that drive to make this club successful again. And that's what's brought me to this football club, because as I said, it's the biggest club in Ghana with a huge fan base, and they desperately need success. And I believe this is a new era for the club, new direction, and it will happen. Regards to the philosophy, every player is going to get an opportunity. You know, there is different types of ways of identifying players to how we want to play as a football club. I have my way of playing, tactically, physically, mentally, technically. Some players might not have the capabilities because of the size of the club. Some players might have the mentality factor or the ability to deal with certain situations. I'm not saying that these current players are not good enough. I'm not there. I have not seen them yet. Everybody's going to get an opportunity, and that's why I've got to focus. My job is help them develop and improve them on all aspects of their attributes, basically. So it's not that I'm coming in now, he's not good, on yet, bye-bye, no, onto them. So it's not that. So I have to put in, assess them, train them. There'll be a time where there'll be a point where he's reached his peak. Is he good enough actually to take this club further on? Or do we need to we'll assess the situation, do we have to recruit somebody else? And any player that's going to come in has to be better than what we have already. But again, I'm not going to go into that situation, that transfers and anything. At the moment, these players deserve an opportunity to be seen by me, and I'm going to try to develop them. These are young boys, don't forget. It's the biggest club in Ghana, and these young boys need direction, needs coaching, and needs professionalism into their game, and also on and off the field. And that's what I'm going to do. Yes, hopefully they will be part of the philosophy, but everybody's going to get opportunity. So I think you need to differentiate what I'm trying to say, that because I've come in, they don't fit into this, they're out. No, that it doesn't work like that.
Committee at Hearts of Oak. We certainly have people who recommend players to us that we listen to, but we don't have a formal committee. And Kim, as our director of football, is going to have the final voice in terms of who plays on the field, who we're recruiting, obviously in consultation with me as his CEO. And I don't make decisions without ensuring that I've got board support as well. So we're all going to work together to make sure we give Kim the tools that he needs to win matches. But we don't have a formal committee right now.
Whether I've got players in mind or not, that's, at the moment, my focus is actually to see this current squad. I've just walked into that situation, into the door now. So for me, it's about assessing the current squad. I think they're a very talented group of lads there, and it's about how to get the best out of them and enhance their attributes and their qualities. As I said before, previous question, every player is going to get an opportunity to show what they can do. And this is not the time talk about transfers, and that will come in process. So for me, whatever players, whatever agents, whatever, that's irrelevant at the moment. Most important is about making sure that the structures are in place, the foundations and the players are ready to work, because it's not going to be an easy work. They're going to be going through a tough time. So let's hope that situation, but most important is about what the current squad, how we can improve them and then get them on the right path.
It's in the press release. It's clearly stated in the press release.
Officially, I'll be starting on the 1st of December. I still got a few things to sort out, and hopefully everything should be kicking off officially on the 1st of December. That's our objective. You know, at the end of the day, it's I have a 3-year contract. I think this more or less the first season is about consolidation of the league and make sure that everything, all the structure is ready. And the second year we'll be looking to, obviously, for the league, and then hopefully the third year looking at. End of the day, it's a building process. So to leave a legacy, I just want this club to be successful, and if I'm successful with it and I leave it in a fantastic state, what do you call it? I've got blank.
Place.
Fantastic place, and for somebody else to carry on the baton, brilliant. But I hope that I'm going to be here for a very long time and be successful with, of course, with the support of the board, and of course, most important, making the fans happy, because you need success, and it's been a long time for the success for the fans. To be honest with you, regards to the normalization committee, if I had a chance to win, obviously they have a job to do. My priority at this moment in time is Hearts of Oak, and I have to make sure that this club has a sustainability and continuity, and make sure that the foundations is in place. Whether the league is going to start or not, that's that's not my responsibility. I think Mr. Noonan obviously is in touch with them. Other league CEOs or chairmen are in touch with them. I don't want to be involved with that. My job is making sure Hearts of Oak is ready when the actual league starts. So for me, that's my priority, and that's whatever happened externally, I don't really care. I just want to make sure that this club is ready when the league officially starts.
Move the backdrop to have this look at the pictures.
It's picture time. We're going to make sure that all the pictures that you have come here looking out for, you get them before you leave. So the next 10, 15 minutes, we dedicate that to taking pictures with Mr. Grant and Mr. McMuller.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Is this mic working? Try that again. Good afternoon. Afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. In case you were wondering, the pool and bar will be open after the event for anybody who wants to go swimming. But, before I deliver my formal remarks, I'd like to thank you all for being here. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of Togbe Afede XIV, my board chairman, and all of my board members. Thank you, Madam Vicencia, for that lovely prayer, and thank the media for being here today. Today is an important and joyful day for our club. It's a day that we introduced a new leader of our technical department and a new member of our great Rainbow family. We introduce a man charged with setting the vision for our style of play. And let me give everybody here and everybody listening one hint. It will not be boring. This man is responsible for building a program of sustainable excellence with modern structures and vertical integration from the Royal Oaks through the Auroras to the first team. A man who will build a system for identifying, recruiting, and developing the best young players and making them into young men. A man who will demand professionalism, fair play, and deep respect for the game at every level of our organization. Under him, we will win with class, we will lose with dignity, and most importantly, we will never say die. This is a man, make no mistake about it, who with me will be accountable for delivering results. Results that our beloved supporters and our business partners will make them happy and proud of their club. Yes, it's a big mandate. It's going to take some time. But Hearts is no ordinary club. It demands big things from all of us. And that's why we took our time and waited for the right man. As your CEO, this is the most important hire I will make. But make no mistake, it'll take each and every one of us who love the club, true Phobians, and you know who you are, the true Phobians, to ensure it is a successful one. I challenge our Phobian nation. I implore you to unify and support this man and his team and all his work with all your passion and your vision. Allow him to do the work. He's trained his entire career to do this type of work. And when you do, I'm confident you will be justly rewarded. So enough from me. This is not about me today. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce your new Director of Football, First Team Head Coach, Ghanaian International, Mr. Kim Grant.
Firstly, thank you very much, Mr. Noonan, for the introduction. And also would like to thank the board and the chair board, obviously taking the opportunity to be leading this club to the next new era. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge. There's going to be challenges, but that's the reason I'm here. I'm ready to prepare for the challenge. So thank you very much for welcoming me, and looking forward to the future. Thank you.